Welcome to the After the Show movie podcast, brought to you by your hosts, Ace Scully and Cidtalk. We're addicted to movies. Are you? Welcome to the fourth week of our Hallow Scream. I call it something different every week, Cidtalk. After the Scream, Hallow Scream. What else?
I don't recall. That's not the before the after the show discussion, by the way.
Horror month.
You're making this up as we go along. There was not much before the show discussion. There was a little bit about Ed and Lorraine Warren. And we didn't even make a cup of tea. We're not even on track.
That's a clue as to what the movie is.
True.
All right, let's get in with it.
Get in with it. Get in with it, kids.
All right, Saturday, October the 25th. This is After the Show 914, your weekly movie review podcast. This week we're looking at the horror movie, The Conjuring Last Rites. And I just have to say, it's the fourth in the Conjuring mainline movie series and the 10th in the overall Conjuring universe.
Aye.
It's a 2025 release, out now on streaming, rated R. Its runtime is 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it's from our friends at Warner Brothers who sent us a copy for review. Cidtalk, can you give us the synopsis of the movie, The Conjuring Last Rites? That was a lot of words.
You're very excited about it. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Also, whenever we say I, that and killing, you're just going to have to look up what that means.
Aye.
It's very specific. Well, I mean, it's The Conjuring, which means some sort of spiritual dark demon stuff, and conjuring means bringing it up, waking it up. I don't know. And it's Ed and Lorraine. Come on. There's not much synopsis I can give you, and I'm pretty sure that's not on the box.
It's all legitimately a true story as well.
Right? I won't laugh at them because I think they genuinely believed it all. Yeah. But it's a challenge.
All right, so we have seen all the mainline Conjuring movies. We just went through the whole list. The only one we haven't seen is The Nun 2. We did see
the Nun 1 was enough.
That's just The Nun.
I know. I knew you'd say that. I've conjured up the fact that you would say that.
All right, so The Conjuring Last Rites. Cidtalk, how did you like it?
I enjoyed it very much because, I'll tell you why.
Oh?
I really think everyone, the performances, the nuances, taking its time with the people doing their performances over the spectacle of it all made it just an enjoy. Like I settled in and it got going and I was expecting, like instant shit flying across the room and blood coming up from the basement. We did have a bit of blood coming out of a sink, but I mean, I expected, we're escalating here. And yet it wasn't. It was like about the people and the subtlety of fear and their beliefs and their performances. When we get to that, all good.
I would present you with this.
Aye.
The horror aspect of this movie is the weakest, right? The weakest part of it.
Why is it weak? It's not weak.
All the Conjuring mainline movies. The third act is always exactly the same thing. Stuff flies around. Stuff gets trashed. Demons make noises, run at you. It's always the same every time, right? It felt like this one, I think it might be because I have seen it over and over. Not much happened. They were in a loft. Some stuff happened, and then it was over. Like, pretty quickly, right?
Well, I mean, sounds...
What I have to say about the movie in general, though, is I really enjoyed the world building of the characters.
Right.
And that's most of the movie. I feel like it's less horror and more, Ed and Lorraine and their life and what's happening to them and all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it's weak. Well, horror part. I think I don't know if that's
I don't know. It didn't get me. It didn't make me jump. I wasn't scared by it.
Right. But is that weak or is that subtlety? You see?
See, no, I feel like I felt like I'd seen it before. It was just another stuff jumping out. In this case, the main action scene is pretty much them just moving a mirror from one place to another. like a removal man.
I think
type.
your expectations might have blurred things a bit because I felt a lot of different things.
I feel like the Conjuring movies are kind of ridiculous. And I do remember the second movie, the roof of the house has come off and the nun is flying around in the sky. And
oh, I don't remember that.
That one was mental. And they do get a bit mental considering they're trying to tell based on a true story.
Oh, true.
I know they have to get mental because it would be a boring film if two people walked into a house and said, oh yeah, there was a noise in the closet.
Sounds like a joke. Ed and Lorraine walk into a house. Into a haunted house.
Ed says to Lorraine, hey, somebody said there was a noise in that closet. Let me have a look. Nothing there now. The end. So yeah, obviously that doesn't work as a movie.
No.
And they ratcheted it up each time. But I feel like this time they kind of knocked it back a bit, but then played on the drama more, which I actually kind of liked. I wanted more of Ed and Lorraine knocking around the house, their house, and, you know, talking about their life and what was going on. Now, I don't even know how true all that stuff is about them. The daughter is going to get married and blah, blah, blah. Well, I know that did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Have you looked it up on
History versus Hollywood?
Yeah.
Yes. And it had very little words and said that if you look at it give you a link to all the cases of Ed and Lorraine Warren, and there is very little that shows up, apart from the case in this movie, which is what they call the Schmeals or the...
something like that.
The Schmeagles? Schmerl. That is a very famous in the paparazzi domain, you know, like...
I figured because here's a not a modern twist, but it shows you that this was set in 1986. And so in 1986, we're going to say the internet trolling culture isn't new to us now, because then we in our lifetime, we have watched news channels, well, before news channels even existed, like CNN was new to us in the 80s, right? So before that even, you would see on the evening news, if somebody got a hold of a story like a house is haunted in a neighborhood in Pennsylvania, then you would see it on every news outlet and on like Phil Donahue and Oprah Winfrey and Larry King, and you'd see it on all those as if like people were hungry to like chew into these sensational stories. It's been going on forever.
Yes.
Now we just have a glut of people who are willing to like exploit that. It's just different medium, right? But this shows all of the media surrounding this house with the police, with the bell barricades and all that kind of stuff. So that was an interesting little twist. All that stuff was
true.
Yeah.
But things like the daughter puking blood all over the place, that was not true. You know what I mean? Like there's
You
stuff.
Confirm that?
Well, that's what I read.
Okay.
What that family experienced was noises, and a priest came to get rid of the noises. I don't know what he did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what happened. And, you know, when you look into real life cases, exorcisms, hauntings, they're very, very dull compared to what movies show you. It's like at 2 p.m. on a Friday, there was a noise from the fireplace and it was never heard again, but it was spooky. It's like that. And you're like, can you tell I'm not a ghost person?
Yes, and that's the thing. Our brains and who we are and the history of our lives and the history of the universe leading us to who we are right this minute, we just aren't those people. And yes, we have both heard weird sounds in life where we've been, clackety, clinking, dropping, thunking in different houses, different places. We've seen weird shit. We've felt weird shit. The absence of an explanation doesn't lead us down the road of it's a demon or a spirit or like you and I, we don't need an answer. I don't. I won't speak for you, but I feel like you're the same. Like
I'm more of a Scully than a Mulder.
Right.
Because Mulder will hear a noise and that means what?
Alien.
Like, They're all visiting all of a sudden, you know?
It's the guy in the sewer. I heard of a guy once in a sewer who could do the thing. That you're right.
Yeah.
We're both more Scullys. Well, she gets converted though over time, right? So,
all right, season 1 Scully. I'm more of that. The Mulder with his, instant. There was a noise. Okay, the whole place is haunted. We need to go there now.
Or it's the conspiracy for aliens running the world. Yes. No, we don't have that. So when I'm watching these movies, my brain, because I don't believe in anything at all beyond, anything, not beyond what I can see, because even then, if I don't have an explanation, I don't seek an explanation or an answer, but my childhood fictional brain would love for these things to be real. I would love to know that there are, that this fork could have been in a house, that something horrible happened and now it's possessed by some sort of spirit that has no tie to any sort of like morality or ethical or anything other than just pure mischief and destruction, right? That would be fascinating. Not that I want that to be, but that's fascinating. That's interesting. And the opposite could also be true, that there could be angelic creatures in the world that watch over you and move you out of the way of a moving truck or whatever. That's fantastic. Except that I don't believe that.
Right. And they tried to, in this movie, kind of pull at all the strings if you're a fan of the franchise. So Annabelle makes an appearance. The room with all the artifacts in makes an appearance. They try and round it. This is called Last Rites. We told you that. It's the last Conjuring movie, is it?
Don't know.
Question mark?
Question mark?
It's the last. All right, spoilers. And this is a real life spoiler.
Okay.
Ed and Lorraine Warren are both dead now. And they do die at the end of the movie via a text crawl on the screen, right? It's not, we don't see them die.
No, it's just an epilogue at the end of the movie.
Epilogue, yeah. Just text. So at the end of the movie, your hero and heroine are dead, right? So is that the end of the Conjuring?
Well, that's not the end of the movie. The end of the movie is their daughter getting married.
I'm saying the very last thing you see is a text that tells you that they're dead.
Well, it tells you that he lived to be 72 and she lived to be 92. So it's not like, you don't know a timeline or anything like that.
Yeah, so I guess there could be a movie where Vera is in it, but not Patrick. And she does some stuff on her own, if she ever did that.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter if she did it, does it?
True. It's a movie. You can do what you want.
Also, there is a daughter and son-in-law character in this movie who in real life went on to run the Warrens' estate. So they could be the next generation, the Conjuring, the new generation or something, right? They were maybe going that direction with this movie.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So we might see. No, let's not say might. We will see.
When he throws the keys to the secret room where all the evil stuff is living to the new son-in-law-ish.
The baton is being passed.
The actor looks around and looks at Annabelle, looks at the keys and has a twinkle in his eye like, ooh, I can make money off of this. Or now it's mine.
And guess what happened in real life?
He sold it all.
He sold it all and made money. Oh, actually, not right away, though. He made money out of him and the daughter, ran the museum for many years, which made loads of money.
Sure. Well, we don't know about loads, but...
Well, people definitely visited it after seeing those movies. And I bet it wasn't cheap to go and have a look.
Is there something missing in my DNA I have no interest in that. Like if someone says, oh, this was in a movie. I was in Mexico with my mom a few years ago, and we're on a bus, like riding on this little ramshackle bus along the thing, and she pointed and said, I think that over there was in a movie they told us last time. Well, it turned out to be the place where part of Predator, the original Predator, was filmed. I couldn't give a shit. I couldn't give a shit that I wasn't like, oh, because if you don't know, I love the original Predator movie, and I love the Predator as a character, and I love Alien, and yes, I liked Predator vs. Alien, but I was just like, oh, okay. I mean, it could have been anywhere in the world. I don't care. If someone said to me, U2 is staying in the Airbnb up the road, I'd be like, okay, what do you want me to do? Go camp? They're my favorite band, by the way. I'm not going to go camp out and like hunt them down. I'll just be like, okay. Like, am I dead inside?
Yes. Me
I'm
neither.
dead inside. Nothing interests me like that. Like,
Me
I don't.
neither. In fact, I love Twin Peaks, and the place where Twin Peaks is filmed, every year they have a Twin Peaks festival where you can go and you go to the big hotel and all the trees are there and it looks fantastic and the Twin Peaks sign. And I've watched YouTubers go to that thing and I looked at it and gone, it kind of spoils it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be around it. I like what I see on the screen.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to see me standing next to the sign.
Yeah, and I see people taking little selfies with all sort of like backdrops.
Yeah.
And yes, when I'm with my friends once and there was one of those giant Adirondack chair things like you crawl up in, because it's giant and like 3 people can sit in it. And I did it because my friends were, but I would have just walked past it. If it was just me, I'd be like, whatever. I mean,
I'm very similar.
I'm dead. I'm dead inside.
We're both dead inside. All right, so let's get on to the cast of this movie. Patrick Wilson plays Ed Warren again. I mean, he's in all 4 movies. What do you think?
Excellent. I feel like, and I don't know these people, the performer people, not Ed, but Patrick and Vera. But I feel like they just wanted to be respectful and not make it like hokey or over the top.
Which it is also.
Yeah, but they are not.
They're not. No.
They are never. So
No.
I feel like they work really hard to get in the mind of the person who believes this is real.
Yep.
And then it's about a real love story between them, right? Because Ed doesn't necessarily always see or understand the thing, but he believes in Vera. He believes in Lorraine.
Yes.
And everything she tells him. And not that he's going along with it, because in real life, Ed also did talks and stuff about it. But in the movies, it's more like he's so in love with her. And they portray that, I think. So
They're like a flipped around Mulder and Scully, aren't they?
yeah, I mean, he believes in it all. Because he goes along with everything.
He can't not believe in it at this point.
True.
Shit's flew around. He's been possessed. All kinds of stuff, right?
True.
So, yeah. Patrick, I thought, does a good job. Vera Farmiga plays Lorraine. She's always very good.
I could just watch Vera Farmiga for hours and
and
hours.
And she
and
does
hours.
play it incredibly seriously.
Yes.
I think that's what they both do. And I think that's what makes it, yes, it's hokey. When it gets down to it, it's very hokey. And horror movie tropes all over the place. It's,
Absolutely.
But somehow they ground it. And I think it's because of them.
Agree.
If it was lesser actors, I think it might just come across as generic.
Hyperbolic
film, yeah.
In a way, like this sort of like exaggerated things. But she just, even in the moment when something clicks in her mind where she's like, this is the moment I'm going to do the thing, then She doesn't overdo it.
Ben Hardy plays Tony Spira. He's the new son-in-law who's coming in. Ben Hardy, what do you think?
I think he's fine. He is. I only know him from EastEnders, which is a British soap opera, and he was in Queen's movie, right? The rap.
Did you notice something?
What?
On the teenager's wall behind her when she was sat on the bed talking to a friend, there was a Queen poster.
No, but that seems appropriate.
Yeah, I think it might have been an Easter egg.
I don't know about that. And then he was also the angel guy in one of the Marvel or DC movies. Sorry if they're not knowing the difference. But
which one was he in? Was it the Eternals?
I don't know. He was winged.
Oh, it might have been the X-Men. One of the X-Men
it was.
movies.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the only way we know him. And he was fine. We know that he's British.
Uh-huh.
And so in this...
He pretends not to be.
I only got a hint of it very rarely, but occasionally it kind of creeped out, but he did a fine job.
And Mia Tomlinson plays Judy Warren, the Warren's daughter.
No, she does a good job too. I think that she took on board the subtlety of Vera and Patrick, or whatever his name is. Patrick something Patrick. Ed guy.
Ed Warren, Patrick Wilson.
Not to be like over overdoing it, because she had a few scenes where she had to be terrified and she had to be like involved in a horrible thing that was happening either in her mind or some spirit thing is coming after her, and she had to be like, but she wasn't, Scooby-Doo-ish, I guess.
She was almost full on Evil Dead at one point with the black eyes and
True.
So yeah, this movie gets a bit mental. We got directed by Michael Chaves. He directed Conjuring Devil Made Me Do It and The Curse of La Llorona, which they're actually making a sequel to that one. So there is another Conjuring universe.
I can't remember
movie.
what we said about La Llorona, but
I think we actually kind of liked it.
It was well made, but it might have been tropey. I can't remember. I have to go back or watch a clip of it or something.
Ed showed up in it, didn't he, for like 5 minutes?
Think so, yeah.
In the middle. That's what... Otherwise, it could have been just any... I think that might have been what we said. It could have been any horror movie if he didn't show up. But then it makes it kind of like, oh no, it's part of that. I think it was okay. I don't remember.
I mean, it's a legend that we knew nothing about, so that's always fun.
Yeah. All right, IMDb reviews. What are those?
Those are reviews on a website, and you like to make fun of the 1 stars because they often say things like, worst movie I've ever seen, or waste of my time, or it's too woke, or why are all the reviews good? They must be fake.
Fake.
See if you got any of those coming up here.
Well, we've got this one. Absolute waste of time.
There you go. Classic. I should have an alcoholic beverage for each one of those that you find.
I went to the theater with high expectations. The movie was about 2 hours and 15 minutes. I waited for something thrilling for 2 hours with some expectations. I almost slept in the theater. I was so bored. After 2 hours, they're like 10 minutes of a horror movie and then it ends. What a waste of my time and money.
Because what else did you have to do with your time, sweetheart? And I'm being condescending when I say sweetheart.
Second guy says, waste of time. Expectations were very high for this movie, but you need to wait 2 hours for a horror scene. It sucks. There are horror scenes spattered throughout, but I feel like there's a lot more drama than horror. That's what I was getting at earlier.
Yes, you're building the reason for the fear inside each person instead of showing a big thing flying across the room to instill fear in everyone.
Right.
It's, very mental.
The third guy says, worst movie of the year. It's the least scary horror movie I've ever seen. I haven't left the theater this angry in my life. Please don't waste your money. I rarely review anything, but I really don't want other people to waste time and money on this. The movie is so long and there is only 10 minutes of actually scary parts. It's so boring. I would give it 0 stars if I could.
Why does it make you angry, honey?
Because he spent money.
Again, I'm being condescending, honey. It's very condescending in this context.
Aye. All right, so those are the IMDb reviews. Let's give this movie a score. We didn't see any extras because we watched the streaming. Conclusion score, I am going to give The Conjuring Last Rites a 6 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm giving it like a 7.5 because I feel like in its own itself, it's well made, looks good, performances are good. I was into the story, even though it's like a copy, a photocopy of loads of other creepy stories.
Yep.
And like you said, when you wrap up the story, you get sort of a similar sort of thing happening. But as a whole, it was just a good Saturday afternoon Halloween movie. So
it does have
I think it's above average for sure.
It has a very Exorcist opening title.
And then the Exorcist thing with the priest standing in the street looking up at the house.
And possibly the vomiting, the projectile vomiting one.
There was projectile vomiting, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they were clearly riffing on certain things.
Then again, The Exorcist is written by someone who might have looked that up and found that in
exactly
religious texts about exorcisms and that people vomit and whatnot.
So thank you to Warner Brothers. Next week, we're going to be looking at the new Marvel movie, Fantastic Four: First Steps. We're off the horror tip and onto the superhero tip.
It's not November yet.
It will be by the time we watch that.
Will it?
Yeah, it's the 25th today.
Oh, wow.
So we're out of the horror.
We could carry it on.
We might go back to horror because I do have 1 or 2 coming up.
All right.
All right, movie recommendations. I am going with, because of the titles, to this movie, The Exorcist, clearly the best horror movie ever created.
Okay.
And Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original one, which is the most grimy, grubby, scary thing you're ever going to see.
I don't know if it's the worst, because House of a Thousand Corpses,
No, I find
Hills Have Eyes.
Texas Chainsaw to be unsettling to the nth degree.
Right, but unsettling probably because she's screaming the whole time, which is unnecessary, but that's how they did it. So
Yeah.
It is what it is. And my recommendations are going back through all of the history of cinema and talking about all the horror movies I've ever seen. And I'm up to 2009. 2009, quite a while ago. Drag Me to Hell, one of your faves, because...
Sam Raimi.
Right?
Directed.
Friday the 13th remake. So I don't recall that being great.
I don't even recall it.
I didn't either till I saw it on my list. And then I looked, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. Orphan, one of your favorites.
Superb.
Creepy as hell.
Don't know about it before you watch it.
No, just watch it.
Yes.
Jennifer's Body, also one that we liked.
Yes.
Jennifer's Body.
We haven't seen it since it came out.
True.
But I remember liking it.
It might be of its time.
Yes.
But they're doing another one. So there you go.
Yeah.
And House of the Devil, which you might have forgotten, but it's got a very 70s vibe.
It's Ty West.
Of a young woman and her friend going to babysit, or the young woman goes to babysit in the house. It's very 70s.
It's the guy who made Maxine Pearl.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. It's got that vibe of for real. And I don't remember it being great, but I remember us being like, whoa.
It had a very good
unexpected.
vibe. Yeah. I think the vibe was better than the movie.
Right.
But it really stuck with the vibe. It was like you'd found a 70s movie that you hadn't seen yet.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Which I think that's good if you
He
do
does
it right.
portray that very well.
Yeah. All right. Ace Scully stuff. This is not my stuff this week because I've been playing Battlefield 6, which I've already talked about. But Cidtalk's been playing a new game, and that game is Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. What did you think, Cidtalk?
Well, I haven't gotten super far in it, but I'll tell you my initial thoughts. Okay, first let me go back in history. When Plants vs. Zombies first came out, I got it on my computer. I played it endlessly. I played it on my tablet.
Over and over and over.
Yes. Well, to the end and then start again, do it again. Because it had that sort of anxiety mixed with relaxation, because it is what is called a tower defense game. So you don't want zombies to get to your house. In order to stop the zombies from getting into your house, you have to plant particular plants that do things like shoot peas at them, or a big sort of Venus flytrap that'll eat the zombie, right? It's all cartoony and stuff. So just imagine cartoony.
Fun.
Yes.
Looking.
And I loved it. And I would spend, every interjected minutes, hours in between things doing it. Got through it all. There were parts of it I didn't like. I thought, whatever. They are now remastering it, and with the promise of new things. And I want someone from the company to be listening to this. So if you know anyone who works for whatever that company is, please tell them to listen to this. It's nothing. It's dead to me. It's like I started playing. The fun of the original is the same because it's the same. Now they've thrown in a few mobile things that they put in the mobile game, which I never played because I can't see very good on my phone. So I never played the small. And also I was irritated that they stopped making the computer version better and they just focused on mobile. So then they kind of abandoned the greatness of the original. And that's what this one is. It's just nothing. It's like I could sit here and play it again, but I have the original still. I could just play the original. And if you don't give a shit about the fans that made you rich, right? The people who bought the game, who gave you their money and wanted to play it and then spread the word and then talked all about it. And because the original was good, if you don't care about that, then don't do it again. Don't do anything. Just fucking leave it. Or get a really good team of developers who genuinely love the first game and reach out to people who love the first game and make it even better. But they didn't, so they suck.
I'll give you an example.
That's my review.
Metal Gear Solid 3 was recently remastered.
Okay.
It's an old game from 15, 17 years ago. So they remastered it and I got it on Steam and it's a full remaster. It looks fantastic. It looks like a modern day game, but they did not alter the gameplay one bit. I really appreciated it. It felt like people who loved the game made it. They didn't.
Why would you want that though?
Because it felt just like the original game and it wasn't messed with. They didn't take anything out, add anything. It's the same game, but it looks like a game from today, but more so than your Plants vs. Zombies does.
Yeah, the Plants vs. Zombies is exactly the same.
Yeah, this Metal Gear Solid looks like a brand new, everything is polished.
But here's
nice.
my question. Why bother? Why not just play the original?
Because the original's really clunky at this point, control-wise. Also, it's on a system that you probably don't have anymore, PlayStation 2.
What I mean is, if you're going to remake it, remaster it, then make the effort to add new things.
They added some extra, other stuff on the menu, like little mini games and things.
But that's not really.
But I think it was a good remaster because I played it start to finish and it brought back all the memories of me originally playing it, but it was modern. And there was certain things that made it easier to play, control scheme and stuff.
So you're one of the people who can be suckered into thinking something's better just because they make it look better. Got it. I got it.
But I've played lots of other remasters. I've played so many remasters, you won't believe it. I've played so many. And most of them are just half-assed efforts,
Yeah, and I get it. You want to make money on it, but you know what? You made money on the original and it didn't even exist before you made it. So if you make it better, I am very hard to impress. So the games I play are very few and far between. The Sims, City Skylines, which is open in front of me right this minute, Plants vs. Zombies. There's a little game called Letter Quest, which is just a tiny little word game. I also love Solitaire and Scrabble. That's pretty much it. Tetris, pretty good at Tetris. Any iteration of Tetris I'm good with as long as they give me the board of pieces of puzzle falling down, right? So I am very difficult. I'm not the person who just goes, oh, shiny object, let me play and let me pretend I'm impressed because you made the thing more sharp on the resolution. And here's the deal. Here's the worst thing about it. It used to be 4:3 resolution, which is, 4 wide, 3 high. So in order for it to fit on my, whatever this is, screen that I have now.
21:9.
21:9. So that's 21 units across, 9 units high. So you can imagine it's a long rectangle. They didn't do anything to it other than squish it. And they did because I have an eye for proportions. Artsy-fartsy thing, I guess. They squished it and then they added a bunch of garbledy-gook on the ends to cover up the space at the end. They didn't even bother. That is like taking the piss, as you British people would say. Who would pay for that again? Not me. No, I mean, you bought it for me, so thanks.
And it's not being well reviewed because of what you just said.
Yeah, because the people who love a thing, it's like The Sims, right? We original people. Now, the week that we got married in the year 2000, which would have been February 2nd, 2000, we picked up the original Sims game on the way home. The original PC game in a box with a disc.
Still got the box.
Played that obsessively. And over the years, every time they try to make it better, quote unquote, it isn't because they don't listen to the people who loved it originally. So it's the same disease, greed, and lack of skill and talent to capture that magic again, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I should put my money where my mouth is and get a job as a developer.
I mean,
do it.
EA, they have The Sims. They have SimCity. They have Plants vs. Zombies. They fucked all 3 of them up.
Yeah.
So there's no hope, is there really? All right, Cidtalk, what is your advice and what's for dinner?
My dinner, I don't know. It's to be determined.
Good.
We have leftover curry, which I made last night, which is potato curry. I also have frozen pizza. That I can make without burning, because last time I burned it.
Pizza we'll have.
Okay, we'll have pizza. So there, fill in that slot. It's going to say frozen pizza, but cooked frozen pizza. And then I think I've done this advice that's not advice before, but it's something for some people to think about. No, to answer your question that's floating around out there, no, we do not all need to be dragged into an activity to have fun. For example, everybody's dancing. Come on the dance floor and dance with us. Come on. And they tug you, literally physically assaulting your arm, your neck, your body, pulling your chair, yanking on you to get you to go on the dance floor. I find this abhorrent. I think it's rude. And also, I'm not going to have fun because I'm not you. I want to watch you have fun. That's great. I'll sit here with my beverage and I'll talk to the other person who's like me and we don't want to dance. And this applies to every activity like that. Oh, you've got to go on this thing with us this weekend. You've just got to go. It'll be so much fun. Instead of just sitting at home doing nothing. Oh, guess what? Guess what, person? I love sitting at home doing nothing. It is satisfying. It is comforting. I have my own levels of productivity and entertainment and satisfaction, and I don't have anxiety. The world gives me anxiety. I do not like it, right? If I'm on like a small group or a very tiny group that I have like smoothed out my anxiety over the years, for example, my class reunions or small family gatherings or anything where you can kind of blend in a larger group of people you're mostly familiar with, I'm good with that. I'm fine. However, even at those events where I am having a good time, my instinct is to escape, to leave. I need to take breaks. I need to intermittently walk away because I'm either feel like I'm going to start crying because there's too much, or I'm feel anxious, or I need to drink a lot just to cope, because that's kind of how I always coped before when I was young. Like friends going to the bars and, well, you just got to go. And okay, then I'll just drink myself into oblivion because I fucking hate it, right? Like that's kind of the truth of the matter. So your kind of fun isn't necessarily mine or other people. If we're giving you the sign like, no, thank you, and I politely say, no, thank you, I appreciate the offer. Tell me how it was. Send me pictures. Tell me you had a good time. I will be happy for you. I will genuinely be thrilled that you've done the thing, because that's fantastic. That's exciting because that's what you want to do. And if I ever say to you, no, but thank you so much for asking, it's like I'm showing you the respect because I know you can handle the no, and that you then will reflect and think, well, I respect that she doesn't want to do this and I don't want her to be miserable and I don't want her. Now, if I say yes and then I go and you get the vibe that I'm not having fun, it's because I thought you were too weak or too fragile or too delicate and you wouldn't be able to accept the no. And that you're either sort of like bullying me into doing it, or I'm just think your feelings would be so drastically hurt that I'll just go and I will do it. And then I will know it's temporary, and then I'll go home and I'll think to myself, I will never do that again. So keep that in mind as you go through life, that if you're the gregarious, outgoing, gotta do something all the time type of person, fantastic. There's a lot of you in the world. And guess what? There's a lot of me in the world. And that if you're around people who you just say, well, they're no fun. She's no fun. She always wants to talk about serious stuff. Yeah, that's what happens when you sit at home with somebody at your kitchen table, have a beverage, cup of coffee, a can of beer, whatever, and you just enjoy that moment instead of doing the big thing with all the people and this pressure and the whatever. So is that advice? No.
Well said. Well done. All right, let me play some music. Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, Threads. Those are the social networks you can go to find me mostly, but you sometimes. ascully.com, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, YouTube. Those are the places you can go to get this podcast. Email me at ascully@ascully.com. Don't email Cidtalk, she doesn't want your email. And stay classy, the Warrens. You'll be back. This is not the last rites.
And I'm going to say, think for yourselves, or someone will do it for you.